Hello guys, welcome to another Napoleon Total War multiplayer battles. I am once again here to upload. I am back. And this is a 2v2 on Savoy Hilltop, and I am playing as France as always. This map's gonna give me crappy frames, as you guys can already see. But Imperius plays the Ottomans due to their melee aspect. And you guys know my usual army setup: 2 Chasseurs HFL, 2 Lancers, 4 Volts, the 6th Regiment de Legere, 2 Fusiliers of Line, 2 National Guard, 2 Old Guard, and 3 Young Guard in General Staff. And then Imperius has, let's see here, I believe if I remember correctly last time I actually used this army, as 2 Delhi Horsemen, Mounted, Credit, and 3 Sci-Fi, screw that, Cav. He has 1 Bashi Bazooks, 4 Kamat Janissaries, 5, it's been a while you guys, I'm rusty, 5 Credit Light Infantry, and 3 regular Credit Infantry. And he has a other general. I'm not gonna attempt to pronounce that. I'll just butcher that also. But with this battle, I'm gonna try to keep a little bit lower to the map because then I'll get better frames. Just that this map is a lot more graphically intense, probably just due to the fact of all the trees. But henceforth, we'll go over the British armies as soon as they spawn in. Here we go. Okay, so Emperor has what looks basically like 3 light dragoons, except 2 of them are King's German Legion light dragoons. 2 foot guard, General Picton, or Picton. Yeah, I butcher that every time too. Looks like 3 Highlander units and foot, but I know he has light infantry up here somewhere based of rifles. Just can't see him yet. And then MM-17 has 2 Highlanders. It looks like it mostly based of foot, and if I do remember correctly, he also has lights. You just can't see him. He also got Fentables and a couple of foot guards. But he brought artillery, but he's gonna put them out of use because we were talking about that. It's not too many light infantry at the moment, is there? They finally appear. Some rifles. It's pretty much the only unit that has appeared so far. And there you go. The rest of his rifles, Emperor's rifles. I cannot speak today, apparently. You shall not be able to speak correctly while recording. Wow, I just put it in slow-mo. This is great. So here I am, just pushing my lights up at this point. Not too much of anything special so far, as Imperius puts basically his main cav base up on the hill up there, including his general. I'm just gonna keep fast forwarding here. Has MM-17 had a couple of rifle units too. 1 King's German Legion light foot. Basically, all these rifles are combined from Emperor and MM-17, I believe. So already I've got somewhat of a line formed up here, and now I'm moving my light infantry up to form in the forestry area here. Worried about this cav, so I am going to be eyeing the cav. One of my Lancer units is at the front line right here for the cav, so if they get charged, which if I remember correctly when I did play this, that I am going to get charged by this cav. And I believe it was the 6th Regiment. Here we go. Yep, here comes the cav charge. They're gonna get some shots off. Gonna drop them to a little less than half. But Cav's still gonna get the charge in, and that's when I send in my Lancers to try to fix that problem. But unfortunately, I got some friendly fire from my own Lancers and basically killed a good 30 of my own men with that Cav charge right here. But yeah, quickly deterred that Dragoon unit. Reforming now. See, it was just a waste of Cav up here. So now the rifles starting to do the dirty work. At this point, this isn't going to be much of a choke point in this game. There's going to be a good amount of firefight here, but it's not going to be a choke point, really. The amount of light infantry I have left going to form a formidable line up here against the British. Hold on a second, guys. I just noticed something. Yeah, the music was on, you guys. Yeah, it's gonna get a bit plain now. This game needs that music sometimes while recording, but yeah, the music's now off. So that last time, I think it was my last video, that 1v1 with Le Duc, I got copyrighted for some reason after some 30 videos. Finally got copyrighted for the music, which is just a glorious problem. So I'm just going to keep fast forwarding. You can see this main Cav body up here. 3 units. I think these are MM17, yeah. All the Duke's Cav's dead at this point. See Imperius, all of his main body of Cav is up here now. He will eventually tell me to move my Cav up with his giant line of Cav. But so quiet without the music. So quiet. Well, actually, let's hold on here. Let's hold on. All right, turn up the music a little bit, so it is playing a bit. Just have to see if it actually turns back on. It's my Fusiliers. See, I can't pronounce anything today, you guys. It's my Basque of glory, and I'm failing slightly. The Fusiliers of Line. But still a lot of fast forwarding left to do. I mean, this is a long grinding battle, but with the Ottomans and Imperius, it shouldn't take too long. It's just this beginning part that takes a long time to get through. A lot of dead 8th Regiment des Legiermen currently sit there for their grave. And this is going to be a glorious Cav charge. There you go. There's a Cav charge. Well, in a second there'll be a Cav charge. No, it'll just be a firing of the guns, which will down a lot of horses, actually. That's also when the impervious rifles from long distance start shooting up Imperius' Cav. But at this point, there's not much going on. This is when I start moving my Cav up. See them quickly going up the hill. And here's the Cav charge that I was talking about. Glorious Cav charge. And the British are going to get quickly slaughtered. So literally this area here was a waste of cav resource by MM17. But that's pretty much all the action that's gone on so far. Is this cav charge up here? There's not really been too much yet. Just a couple of random cav charges. Though a skirmish is going to begin very, very soon. Even my Lancer just got fired at by the long-range rifles somehow. Lost 4 horses. But with Imperius having such a large flank around the British, Le Duc's gonna get quickly swamped by Ottoman force. If you look on the mini-map, see about 5 cav units up here in this straight line. This is when I move my light infantry up. Finally, I start making a actual line with my infantry. So far, I haven't had an actual line. With the amount of guard units I have, they're not gonna be used until later in the battle. But now skirmishes are starting to kick off. This battle's now finally getting really started. Is my 3 Voltigeur units quickly getting into line against these rifles. Is first volley. Whoops, where have I gone? Ah! Okay, there you go. Back to where I was. As you can see, Le Duc's completely swamped on the flank. But my Voltigeurs don't have the best position to fire on these rifles, honestly. But I deal with it. Now this King's German Legion Lightfoot getting shot at. Surprisingly not firing. There you go. And with that volley, drops a couple of my Fusiliers too. But this is basically the main battle sequence now. Surprisingly, the 6th isn't the most accurate light infantry in the world. It is now Imperius's light infantry is firing on the flank. So quickly, this flank isn't going to last very long against all this Ottoman force up here. Just the center is going to be the problem, but after that flank falls, it's still going to fall very, very quickly. That guy just got shot. But this rifle unit's not going to last too much longer. It's about to go right now. Say goodbye. That's 1 rifle unit gone. And this poor foot unit's getting singled out with Le Duc keeping it in a square formation for some reason. So basically stays like that until it dies. But now this area is becoming a decent little fight. Still not too much happening. Now my National Guard units are getting their fire down. Well, one of them. But now this is when the main body of force starts shooting up our lines. As you can see, this poor square here is Duke finally put it out a square after taking a decent amount of losses from the light infantry. See these Highlanders getting hit by random bullets. So I move my volts up a bit more for a slightly better aim at the enemy rifles. I almost said Rangers, but that's Empire Total War. Haha. And here comes melee charge. Melee charge. And these poor rifles just are gonna get murdered. Very, very quickly murdered. There you go. And this foot guard quickly getting outflanked. So this is basically when we just basically start completely winning this battle. This is when Furious start taking the flank.
Infantry reporting. Recruit, man! Retreat!
And this flank is starting to look, I wouldn't say, I'm not even going to say dire. This flank is just little combat. This area here is the main battle right here. All this area. I can't even do the click, but all this area. And with that huge amount of Ottoman force, this battle is not going to last long, especially with all the melee units. But with my fire over here, these foot units aren't having too fun of a time. My Fusiliers keep on getting out of range. But at this point, we're finally decreasing the amount of light infantry and rifles in this. Just this massive cav charge. Look at all this cav coming around here. Coming through. Cha-ching! Look at that. These foot guards are helpless. These foot guards are helpless. Literally helpless. And with that, the flank has fallen. But with this flank is now starting to look a bit more dire. About to, that 6th is getting a bit depleted as soon as this Fusilier of the line. But actually at this point, I'm just beating the crap out of the British units that I'm going up against. Is Leduc continuing to get swamped by the Ottoman force of Imperius. It's about the time I wish I would have noticed that this unit was out of range. Is this area is apparently getting that depleted that it needs a reinforcement. This poor foot unit being pushed in very, very far.
Our men are running, sir.
So I just lost my first Volta-Gear units. That foot unit got hit pretty hard already by one volley. Now Leduc is completely retreating his force. Actually, that might be MM-17s, I don't know. But now with this being now our flank, look at all the blue on the map. All France. Well, not all France, but all Ottoman force.
One of our units has used all its
And that's when my light infantry starts running out of ammo. Heck, at this point, with this foot unit being run, this foot unit's getting more killed
Beware, cavalry!
than this unit.
Hold position!
Is now I have to move back my main line due to this Highlander unit. They're gonna get a nice, decent little volley into my light infantry, but they're out of ammo. At this point, it's when I get ready to start reinforcing with my guard units. See, I have 2 young guard. That one's in motion. That one's just sitting and waiting for someone on this flank to fall. But with these melee units, there's no way that the British can survive the onslaught.
One of our units has used all its ammunition, sir.
And at this point, this flank's also quickly going to fall due to my superior firepower. And then another Highlander comes in. This foot unit finally routed. So yeah, this flank's going to get shot down a bit faster with this Highlander unit now there. But at this point, I'm doing a lot of damage to these units, even though these are only National Guards. Getting a decent amount of kills. I can see a couple of my men just dropped from that volley.
Our men are running, sir!
This flank's becoming a bit of a slaughter pit because of just the, choke point here. I don't really think it should have been that much of a slaughter, but it turned out to be that way. But now Imperius is completely behind the British line. So these Highlanders and whatever remains of the British force that stands will be quickly wiped out. That Fusilier of line had to charge. It was out of ammo. This National Guard is quickly losing its ground here against those Highlanders. There is no British remnants. Well, there's British remnants, but there's not much left. Not much left at all.
One of our units has used all
And
its ammunition,
now
sir.
all these units over here are pretty much out of ammo. That one's out of ammo. So that's when the Young Guard will finally come into play, and up there too come into play. So at this point, I have to reinforce my units. My Fusilier of line gets a decent little charge to the foot.
Sir.
So I'm quickly trying to withhold these positions. And now my Young Guard will unleash their volley into the British line at any moment. First they must reform. And that's the remnants of that foot unit almost gone. Probably got rallied. This Young Guard here quickly puts away the rest of that Highlander. And this is when there was a full charge by the British foot. By the time I wish I had a cav unit down here, but that foot unit's first gonna rout, but this Highlander's gonna get a charge in. That guy tried to counter charge, but unfortunately that didn't work. Yeah, I noticed it right there. I needed a counter charge, but yeah. Now only a few British units remain. So let's fast forward it a bit more. So I'm gonna lose this Young Guard to this Highlander unit. unfortunately. See, I'm moving up another young guard. For a while, I'm not gonna notice the general try to charge, and I hit slow motion again. You see the general change direction. I try to get them into a square, but with my game lag sometimes for no reason. Yeah, the general got in with the charge.
Our men are running, sir.
So I just continue the charge. So this young guard isn't going to be in too good of a shape either way. Now the final British units quickly getting torn to shreds by the huge amount of Ottoman force that still remains. Basically meaning, over here, I had to move my young guard back in to shoot at the general and save this young guard from ultimate death.
A glorious victory, sir. Is
Now
soon to be yours.
all these units are just, they're dead. They are dead. So here comes melee. And with that one volley from my young guard, I killed the general. And completely killed his unit. And that routs that Highlander unit, saving that young guard ultimately. And then a final charge to end the battle. So I still had a decent amount of my army left. I had National Guard, 2 Young Guard, and 2 Old Guard. Lost all my light infantry. My general's still fine. Lost a couple of cavalrymen, but either way, my army is still in decent shape. Imperius is also in really good shape. But for the British, their armies are nothing at this point.
Now they must
They're all dead. All dead, I say. So with this ultimate slaughter, it ends there. So I'm lost, I'd say a little over half my army, which is still, but either way. Imperius lost, maybe a little more than half too. But my old guard didn't see action like they do sometimes. That's how good the battles can go. But my young guard saw action, but that is the end of this one, you guys. Thank you for watching. More to come. I am back with videos, hoping to get ideas on what I want to do in the future. Peace.